Welcome back to GOT. Today they had the Oppo Find N event finally, and guess what? There were too many compromises. I agree with OnePlus Open. Let's talk about it. So Oppo went through this whole event really avoiding all the negative upgrades or downgrades, and here's what I mean by that. In the event, they started out talking about the phone, and they're very proud of how thin it is, and they're very proud about the structure and the materials used for this phone.
Check out how thin it is. Absolutely incredible. And it feels unlike anything we've experienced before.
But as far as the hardware, not so much, except for maybe the Elite chip. When it got to AI, there's really not a whole lot there. When they got to the OS and how it functions, multitasking, it's pretty much the same as what you already get on the OnePlus Open. Not a whole lot of difference there, except for the little bit of AI that they added, which lacks a lot, according to Who's the Boss in his review. Now, their whole premise of this review and what they compared it to was the Samsung Z Fold.
So, to put it into perspective, here is the Find N5 side by side with the latest foldable flagship from our competitor.
If you compare your product to a 5-year-old innovation-lacking phone, of course, any phone's going to look good that has maybe a slick and new design, which is the one thing the new phone had, is a really nice, slick, thin design. But when it comes to things like the cameras, oh my goodness, I could go on all day on the cameras, but I'm not going to. They never talked about the 8-megapixel cameras. What they did is they said, oh,
use the rear camera to take high-quality selfies,
which is something we've been able to do with these other phones all the time. So that just is ridiculous. The only selfie camera they can beat is this one from Samsung that's under the display. And then their main camera, you know what? The OnePlus Open will still outperform them, so it's not worth upgrading. They not only downgraded the main cameras, but the sensors did not even really improve. So in other words, they compromised everything to get to that small, thin design. Now, I will say one thing Oppo does have going for it is the fast charging, the 80 watts wired charging and the 50 watts wireless charging. But you can get that in the Honor Magic or the Vivo without the compromised cameras. Of course, they raised their price immensely. So I completely understand why OnePlus Open decided, hey, we're going to bow out and we are not going to settle. I think that was his hidden message to tell us, don't settle for that new Oppo Find N5. And yes, I know in his little post, his letter, he says, you know, there's a great phone and all this. He had to. It's a sister company. He didn't want to downgrade them. But that hidden message into that OnePlus Open will not settle was something we all need to hear. If you're a OnePlus Open user, hang on to it. Continue to use it. It's still a great phone. I really like the way it performs. The only thing I'm missing out of that is some of the AI features that you get in the other phones like the Samsung or the Pixel Fold. And now I am running some tests side by side with my OnePlus and the Samsung S25 Ultra simply because it has the Elite chip in it. And I'm not finding a whole lot of differences on my day-to-day use to warrant upgrading just for the 8 Elite chip. So the question's still out there. Will I get the Oppo Find N5? Right now, it does not look like it. Unless they come out with some smashing great deal for the global model, definitely not worth it. So it's between the Honor Magic and the Vivo. Tell me what you think in the comments. Which one should I go for? I'm looking forward to grabbing one of those phones and see how they stand up to the OnePlus Open and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Now, of course, you do have another option. You can wait for the Samsung Z Fold 7. It may be the wider screen and maybe more of what we want. So this is Samsung's year to shine, and I believe it'll shine ahead of the Oppo Find N, simply because that phone is so underwhelming, as well as high-priced. If you'd like to see me compare some foldables together, check out this video here. Until next time, God bless.